Well, hi everybody. I thought we would go live today. So what we're doing right now is we're in with Rooby. And Rooby has this little hay ball she's obviously enjoying. So we're going to give everybody a few minutes to hop on and then we'll get started. She went a little poo-poo. Let me clean up that poo-poo while we're at it. Yep, you want poo-poo. Want to take some poo-poo and clean up your mess. Thank you. All right, sorry, go back. Go back to eating. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. So this is Rooby. So Rooby is a red kangaroo. We have had Rooby here at Eagle Eye Farm since just before Thanksgiving. She's doing awesome. So Rooby is a true delight. She is very attached to me. She comes to her name. We love playing at night. She jumps all over the house. She's a good drinker. She's out of her pouch a good number of hours a day. So whether it be over here in the barn or whenever I take her back to the house at night, she gets to get out. But we did get her a friend. Her friend's name is Sydney. So we can get Sydney up. So Sydney and Rooby are learning how to become friends. I would say that they're not quite there yet. But over the weekend, it was certainly much better than it was whenever we first introduced them. So they get to spend a lot of time together in the evenings and in the mornings. So let's see, this is Sydney. So you can tell that they definitely have different personalities. Sydney is not quite as active as is Rooby. Sydney is more willing to be touched and interacted with than Rooby. If you look just at their physical appearance, besides the fact that Sydney is much smaller, she also has way more red in her and more kind of almost a tannish color to her hair versus Rooby. Rooby gets a little jealous of her. So let's see what's gonna happen right here. So I think that that's all normal. And then of course we have our kangaroo here. That's just a stuffed animal. So it's kind of fun. Let's to see them interact. So Rooby likes to come over and I guess play tag or whatever with Sydney. Sydney kind of runs around a little bit. Sydney, like I said, is not nearly as active as Rooby. So the reason we got Sydney and Rooby is because I thought that they would be great additions to the farm. So we purchased them from a place in Ohio, and this is what they do. In domestication, kangaroos can live up to 25 years. In the wild, they only live about 8 to 10 years. And so that's one of the reasons is because of the health and the safety that we are able to offer to the kangaroos whenever they are in captivity. And so right now they're getting milk replacer and also some hay. Rooby is very much in love with the hay. Sydney has not. Rooby, let's be nice. Rooby.
Rosemarie Stancil asked if they kick.
So they have not kicked yet. So I know that kangaroos can kick. These two have not yet kicked. Let's move this chair, this little table. so we can actually see them. There you go. So that's, I guess she wants the shelter. That's the other really fun thing about Sydney. Sydney is very vocal. Sydney has a lot to say about a lot. So she'll be in her pouch and she'll be talking. Versus Rooby is not so vocal. But Sydney has a lot to say. Isn't that right? Sydney also is a little bit more shy in the fact that she tends to, as you can see, she likes to be under shelter, or she likes to go hang out around the wall, versus Rooby is definitely a little bit more outgoing in that way. So a lot of people put, whenever they have them, they put a diaper on them. I have chosen not to diaper the kangaroos. I just clean up their messes. Rooby was always very good about only going pee-pee on hard surfaces. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said about Sydney. So we'll see. We might end up having to put a diaper on them if she can't learn to kind of potty train herself a little bit.
Angie Johnson sent 100 stars.
Oh, well, thank you, Angie. We love that. Thank you so very much. So, again, we're here at Eagle Eye Farm with our kangaroos. This is our youngest kangaroo. Her name is Sydney. The kids came up with that because obviously they are native to Australia. And then we have our other kangaroo, and her name is Rooby. And Rooby came first. Rooby has been here since just before Thanksgiving. We wanted to get her a friend, and so then we have, we brought home Sydney. Sydney has been here for about 5 days. You can see that there's not a ton of interaction between the two. This morning they did touch noses, but Rooby just kind of does her own thing. She's not so interested in being around Sydney, and Sydney is, I think, a little bit intimidated by Rooby, honestly. So one thing I thought we could do with Rooby, I'm sure that Sydney won't participate, is that, so in general, what kangaroos eat is that they eat grasses. So what she's eating on now is a ball of grass, hay. They can eat grain. When they're young like this, they are on a milk replacer. And so they're both doing really well with that. But as they get older, they can eat fruit. So one of the fruit that they said that they might be interested in eating was a banana. So I have a banana here. Let's see if she's interested. Finish eating your hay. Sorry to interrupt. Want to try? Oh, that's yummy, isn't it? This is her first time of eating anything besides the milk and the grass hay. Oh, look at that. That was a nice chunk. Did you like that? Is that super yummy? Yeah? So like I said before, Rooby has been here since just before Thanksgiving, and she and I are very, very much attached. So you can see she's holding my hand, and she does that quite often. She gives me kisses as well. She does not hold on to things. She has a very light hold on this banana, but I wouldn't really say she's holding on to it. But I'm so excited that you're eating it. Such gentle, tiny bites.
Does Rooby have her own page?
So Rooby does have her own page. It's Rooby The Roo. She has a Facebook page, an Instagram page, as well as a TikTok page. So what's really interesting about these guys is that they are self-cleaners. So these are the first ones that we have that really do a lot of self-cleaning. Alpacas, which we have a ton of alpacas here. Alpacas do not clean themselves. Oh, that was a good one. Well, I'm so happy that we're eating banana. Maybe what we'll have to go to next is, maybe next time we'll try an apple. And then I also read that they eat some root vegetables. So then we could try like a carrot, We have tons of sweet potatoes here. Oh, boy, that was really good. Sydney, you want to try? Let's see if Sydney will try. I'm kind of thinking not. She had a very big lunch. You want to try? Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, but that was really good, Rooby. Good job, girl. So we'll start giving her a little bit of banana. I also read that they can eat avocado, so that might be kind of interesting. We kind of like to do picnics with the animals here. I don't know if you guys saw that little fun video that we did, was a pig picnic. It was kind of a little messy, I will say, but it would be pretty awesome if we could do picnics with the kangaroos. We could share some bananas and some apples, maybe some carrots and avocado. That would be a lot of fun. So again, we are here at Eagle Eye Farm, which is in Wisconsin. So people have asked about how they're going to do in the winter. So they can actually be outside in the winter, but what they can't handle is the ice. So we just have to make sure that they wouldn't actually hurt themselves or break a leg in the ice. But we do have a room for them. It's a heated room. It's an insulated. Interestingly, we insulated with alpaca fleece. So we have an insulated room that's all ready for them whenever they're a little bit older. I just want to make sure that they're completely ready before we put them in there. So this is Sydney. She's coming up to say hi. Ruby's like, I don't know if I'm ready to say hi to you yet. And then Sydney kind of goes away. We do this multiple times. So we got this really cool tunnel for them. Okay, and I would love if anybody has any suggestions of how we can get them to use this tunnel. Because I would love for them to use the tunnel. Rooby! Rooby! Yeah, hi! Hi, Rooby! Do you want to come through and see me? Hi, Sydney. You want to say hi? Well, that's one way to come to me. Just come on the outside of the tunnel. I would prefer that you go through the tunnel because that would be super duper duper cute. That would be a ton of fun if we could figure that out. What do you think, girls? Can we figure this out? Can we figure out how to be friends and can we figure out how to use the tunnel? That would make my day. So Sydney, like I said, is a little bit more social, so she doesn't mind being picked up. And she just kind of sits there, looking all adorable, making sure that her bottom is supported. Yeah.
Becca Sage sent a heart.
Oh, well, that was so nice. Thank you.
She says hello from Colorado.
Well, hi, Colorado. We're having very cold weather here in Wisconsin, but no snow, which is interesting. What you doing? You want to get down? So you can see she was with me for, whoopsie, for a bit. Now, this is interesting. If I try to pick up Rooby, she might not let me, but if I do, it's 2 seconds and then she's like, oh, I'm ready to be put down. I'm a squirm. Well, now she's gonna, see, told you. She's like, let me down, let me down. I'm independent. There we go.
Brianna Dukes asked how old they are.
So it's hard to know. So you know what's really interesting about kangaroos is the way that they're born. So they're born prematurely. And so they, whenever they're born, somewhere between 28 and 31 days, they go under the mom's fur into the mom's pouch. And in the mom's pouch, they're about the size of about the size of a jelly bean. And they're completely and totally naked, so they don't have any fur on them whatsoever. And then they're in there for a few months, and then after a few months, then they start to emerge. And so because we don't know exactly when they were born, we don't know exactly how old they are. We suspect that right now that Sydney here is about 4 months, and that would make Rooby 5 to 6 months, is what we suspect. And so that's what happens in domestication is in order to ensure the health and the safety of the joeys, which is what a young baby kangaroo is called, then we get them and make sure that they are healthy, safe, getting enough food from the moms. And so that's what we're doing here. We're making sure that both of these girls are extremely well cared for.
Wild Seas asked if the Roo is okay.
Oh, everybody's okay. Yeah. So Sydney here, I just got her up from a nap. So she's absolutely okay. This right here is a stuffed kangaroo, so this one's not going anywhere. And then over there we have Rooby, and Rooby is doing awesome. So everybody's doing really well. Sydney here is doing a great job with her bottle feeds. Getting super impressed with how she's taken that bottle. She gets a bottle 4 times a day, and Rooby gets a bottle 3 times a day.
Becca Sage asked where the mamas are.
So the mamas were born in domestication, and these babies were born in domestication. So the mamas are in Ohio. We're in Wisconsin. And so again, just to reiterate, so babies that are born in domestication, this is what happens. So the babies come away from the mamas, and then we watch them very, very closely, making sure that they're healthy and safe. And so that's exactly what we're doing. We're giving them all of the needs that they need. So this is so that they can become a little bit more socialized, used to being around people, and to also make sure that they're getting all of their nutritional needs that they need.
Blue's Clues commented that Ruby's coat is almost purple.
It does kind of almost look purple. It's pretty, in person it's more gray, and then Sydney's coat is more tannish. But they're both beautiful. That fur that they have is extremely, extremely soft. All right. So again, we're here at Eagle Eye Farm. Just thought we would come on live to show you guys these girls. So this right here is Sydney. She's our newest kangaroo, the newest animal that we have here at Eagle Eye Farm. And this is going to be her friend. This is Rooby. Rooby has been here at the farm since around Thanksgiving. So if anybody has any questions, suggestions, please let us know. We love to just share all the animals that we have here. Every animal that we have here is such a delight. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of the support that I get from the social media community. The more that you like, that you comment, and that you share, the more that it helps us here. And so we use all of the resources that we get from farm tours, because we do offer farm tours. We're open 7 days a week from 10 to 4. No reservations are needed. So you can come see all of these animals. So here at the farm we have alpacas and llamas, mini Highland cattle, a bunch of chickens. We have Valais black-nosed sheep, which are the world's cutest sheep. We just actually got them impregnated. So we'll be having lambs at the end of May. We have Angora bunnies, which are super fluffy. We have kuni pigs, which are native to New Zealand. And we also have prehensile tail porcupines, which are also just adorable. So we have those animals. We're looking to expand, so if anybody has any ideas of other animals that they might like to see, either on social media or whenever they come and visit us. Every summer we offer farm camps. So we offer camps for people of all ages, from 3 all the way up to adult. So if anybody is interested in coming for a farm camp, we offer camps that are half day, full day, and week long. So those are available on our website at eagleeyefarm.net. And like I said, we love doing farm tours. So if you want, we can either have a guided tour, which is where somebody will walk you around, or you can have a self-guided tour, which is where you kind of walk independently on the farm, explore, spend as much time as you want. Oh, I forgot, we also have many, like tiny goats. We just did goat yoga last week for New Year's Day. So much fun. So much fun. We do alpaca yoga as well. We normally wait until it gets a little bit warmer before we do alpaca yoga, but the goat yoga we can do inside.
Becca asked if they lose their baby fur and get denser fur.
I think that they will probably lose their baby fur at some point in time, but for right now I'm just enjoying this fur that they have because it's absolutely soft and fluffy and adorable. What you doing, Rooby? You want to play? I know you want to play. She wants to play with you, Sydney. Go play. I feel like there's no way that Sydney would go through this tunnel. I feel like Rooby's our best chance. What you think? Sydney! Hi, Sydney. What you think, Roob? I know. Rooby is definitely my girl. Whenever I walk in the room, she comes and gives me a big hug on my leg. She likes to give kisses. Right now she's holding my hand. What do you think? But in terms of personality, Rooby is definitely interested in me, but in terms of overall personality, Sydney I think is going to really be a crowd pleaser. I think people are going to absolutely love her. She likes to be held. She's in some ways more shy, but in some ways a little bit more outgoing. I know that the kids both really like both of them, but Sydney kind of holds a little bit more special place in their heart. Certainly pretty cold out today. It's about 10 degrees here in Wisconsin. Yes, it is. What you think? So these girls are definitely glad they get to be inside. We're in this nice heated room for them. So this is so nice because because we got them young, now they're getting used to the human touch. So they're not afraid of us. They're gentle with us. We're gentle with them. I wish that they would kind of get to know each other a little bit better, but it kind of comes and goes in spurts, and it's one of those things you definitely don't want to rush. So, like I said this morning, they get free time in the house, and they were nose to nose. They were getting to know each other a little bit better. I think that this room's probably a little bit big, and so then they're each taking their time to just kind of explore the room. So this is the room that Rooby hangs out in all day long. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. I don't know if that's like a hug or what that is. That happens quite a bit. There you go. You're okay. You're okay.
We asked if they're wallaby kangaroos.
Nope, they're just regular kangaroos. They're red kangaroos. So the wallabies are a little bit smaller. These are full-blooded red kangaroos. So these are the largest marsupials on the earth, and they like to self-clean.
Tracer asked if they're both involved in the meet and greets.
And so they're right now what we're offering is because we don't know exactly how long how they're going to do with all of the public. So right now we're offering feedings with them. As they get a little bit older, whenever you come on a tour, then you'll 100% be able to see them. If you really want to see them and you come on a tour, just make sure you ask, and we'll figure something out. We had some people that came to the store yesterday that were very interested in seeing them, and so of course I let them come see the kangaroo. It's good for Sydney and for Rooby to get a little bit of interaction with multiple people. All right. Well, I think that we've had some fun times here. I thank everybody for coming. Again, if you would please like, share, comment, that would be much appreciated. So this is Eagle Eye Farm in Wisconsin. We do offer farm tours. We have many, many, many different animals here, and we would love it if you would come for a tour, come for a summer camp, support us on social media. We appreciate all of our community, whether it be our local community here in Wisconsin or our social media community. We're off to a great start for the year and looking to see what 2025 brings. So with that, let's have Sydney give you a little boop out. Oh, look at that. She's giving some nice kisses or head rubs.